To remove the heat exchanger on a Rinnai RX model, begin by turning off the water supply and draining the unit. Next, either unplug the unit or turn off power at the breaker. Shut off the gas supply to the unit and remove the front cover. You will also need to review the video on removing the gas valve and fan assembly, because those components will need to be removed before we can continue with this process. After removing the gas valve and fan assembly, the next step will be to disconnect the ignition wire, then remove the screw that holds the ignition coil in place. This will allow the ignition coil to be removed. Next, locate the Molex connectors on these three wires: the line scale connector, the temperature sensor connector, and the heater Molex connector. These three connectors will need to be disconnected. The water pipes will be removed next. First, remove the clips holding them in place. Then disconnect the pipes and move them out of the way. Remove the bypass tee by first removing the two clips holding it in place. It can then be removed and the pipe can be moved out of the way. Disconnect the condensate drain by squeezing the clip, sliding it down the drain hose, then pulling the drain hose off the heat exchanger assembly. At the bottom of the assembly, there are two screws on each side that will need to be removed. During this process, please keep track of all screws, as they must be returned to their original locations. Once those 4 screws have been removed, there are 2 more screws to remove that connect the heat exchanger to the case enclosure, one on the right side and one on the left. After those screws have been removed, the heat exchanger can be removed from the case. If you have any issues, reach out to Rinnai's call center for additional support.